We are continuing our coverage this afternoon of Bill Cosby's release from prison. The PA Supreme Court ruled today that Cosby's charges should be dropped, as well as his conviction. So now a lot of people are asking what comes next. Here to help us answer that is Judy Ritter, a criminal law professor at Widener University, Delaware Law School. So Judy, from what we have heard so far, the decision to overturn the Cosby conviction has a lot more to do with procedural issues. No one, it seems like, from the Supreme Court said in their opinion that Cosby did not commit the crime at hand here. So what happens from here, legally speaking?
Legally speaking, it's almost certainly over. He's been released, and the ruling of this court wasn't that he get a new trial, but that they be actually prevented from prosecuting him any further for this particular incident. So unless the prosecutor's office of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania gets a hearing before the U.S. Supreme Court, which is certainly, iffy, it's over for this particular incident. And you're right, it was procedural grounds. It's really a constitutional issue, but it was not related to whether or not he committed the offenses he was charged with.
And can you touch a little bit about, because this was even brought up in the original trial, about the statute of limitations and why it was this specific accuser, why this one went to trial. So if you can talk a little about the statute of limitations there and how the same one can't be tried again because of double jeopardy.
So, well, two separate, the statute of limitations isn't necessarily a constitutional right, but every state has, restrictions on how much time a case can be charged after the incident occurred. And so if it's outside of that time, then this law in the state of Pennsylvania would prevent prosecution. So if some of the other accusers were talking about events before the statute of limitations, then that would be prevented. Double jeopardy is a reason why they could not recharge him with this same offense against Andrea Constant, because he's already been tried for that and he can't be tried again. And in this case, they didn't even order a new trial. They said he cannot be tried because they reneged on their bargain, essentially. They used contract principles, really, the Supreme Court did, in saying he relied on.
Well, I think we may have lost Judy there, but she was talking about giving us the latest legal advice when it comes to what is happening in the Cosby trial at this point, also mentioning that the next step in the process would be the prosecutors bringing this to the U.S. Supreme Court. She said at this point that seems a little bit iffy. We'll have much more on the Bill Cosby decision and his release from prison. You can expect more coming up a little bit later on Fox 43 News First at 4.